Let's talk about rabbits. It's that time again. These rabbits, they breed like rabbits, so we're getting the nesting boxes all set. We're gonna get ready to have some more babies. So again, let's talk about the importance of rabbits. If there's anything to invest in right now, in my humble opinion, this is the best thing you can do.
As you guys can see from the video, we're expecting 3 litters of rabbits this week, so I'm super excited about that. And I really thought it was important to make this video for you guys. I know a lot of people are very skeptical of the markets. A lot of people are very skeptical of just any authority body, telling them what is and what isn't. People are paranoid. I understand that. It's an interesting place that we find ourselves in modern day 2021, and people just don't have the answers that they're looking for. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I have all the answers that can solve all your problems. Trust me, if I knew a get rich scheme or plan that actually worked, I probably wouldn't be here, right? And so I understand that there's a lot of nuance with all these conversations. And I know a lot of people are telling you right now, especially out of the blue, to go get precious metals and do this and do that. And I'm not going to tell you how to invest your money. But I do think that there are common sense things that we can do to really, especially for preppers, to really set you up for success, set us ourselves up for success in the future. And I think one of those things is pets. I think that people, obviously don't get your, head bent around the axle when I say pets, but animals that you take care of. And obviously here on the homestead, we produce our own meat here. We garden and we produce a lot of our own food, but especially our meat. We're able to produce all the meat that we need here on the homestead. And that's great. And I think it's important to realize and understand that, that there is a step and there are guiding steps to where you can be super successful. And I think that for those people that are just starting out in preparedness, or if you've been with preparedness for a long time and you don't have pets, I really think they're a great thing to look at and to think about investing in. I can tell you the last couple of years, the huge interest in the last couple of years and the huge interest right now in small agriculture, small livestock animals. Like my rabbits by far are extremely popular. I live in a very economic depressed area, and I could easily sell each rabbit for $50 a piece. It's people are looking for solutions. People do their research and they realize, rabbits they're the real deal. And so I can tell you for us here, we are definitely ramping up rabbit production for people that want them and for preparedness as a whole. But I don't want you to get bent around the axle when you think of rabbits and you immediately think of, well, I just can't eat this. I can't eat this animal. I can't eat rabbit meat. That's fine. There are other uses and there are other ways that you can invest in pets without actually consuming them, guys. So let me just give you a scenario real quick. For those of you that are in preparedness, I'm sure if you haven't already, you guys are really thinking about getting a garden started this springtime, this summertime. And I can tell you that rabbit droppings are probably one of the best fertilizers out there. They are pure octane, pure steroids for your plants. I mean, you hear about it all over the place. I mean, even what's his name? He has a homestead channel. He's a Toro Roots guy. I can't think of his name right now, but he goes out of his way, drives and buys rabbit manure. He literally bought Living Traditions Homestead, maybe. Oh man, Zach Bauer. I don't remember what homestead channel he has, but that's irrelevant. So Zach Bauer goes out and he buys bags and bags of rabbit droppings because they are that good, and he'll even tell you, he swears by it. And I agree with him. Rabbit droppings are amazing. So if you're wanting to get into gardening and you're wanting to really build up your soil, rabbit droppings are a great way to do it. Now, you can come to a guy like me and you can pay for, a 50-pound feed bag full of rabbit droppings whenever you need them. Or if you already had pet rabbits, you could just use the droppings that you're making currently every single day. Think about it. If you are a family of 4, 5, 10, you're going to need, if you want to be prepared and you're thinking about gardening, you're going to need to grow some food, right? So think about it. You have two does, two female rabbits and one male rabbit. I'm not asking you to breed them. I get it. The idea of rabbit mates kind of, it's iffy at best. You're not bought into it yet. That's fine. Perfect. But there's nothing that says you can't have pet rabbits, right? Especially if you're going to be using their droppings for fertilizer for your garden. Why not, right? So just have some pet rabbits. Teach your kids how to interact with the rabbits, learn about taking care of them, love them, enjoy their company. They will surely enjoy yours. And just learn. Don't breed them. Just have them as pets. Use their droppings for your garden. Make an awesome garden this summer, springtime. Produce lots of food, right? Once you got that part down, okay, great. What are some other things that you can do with your rabbits? Well, you've invested their droppings in producing high quality food for your family. Maybe you should think about, getting those droppings, and now you can sell them to other people that may want them, because there is a market for rabbit droppings. Trust me. people ask me all the time for rabbit droppings or for their garden. I mean, it happens. I have been known to fill up bags and bags and bags of rabbit droppings and sell them to people that were interested. So you have one source of revenue right there. Let's think of another thing that you can do, right? Once you understand rabbit husbandry a little bit, let's say you don't want to breed them yet, but you really want to get successful in, animal husbandry and feeding them in permaculture. So you build a rabbit tractor and you go out there, and now you're pasture raising your rabbits. Your rabbits are eating completely free. You no longer have to go to the feed store or pet store and buy rabbit food for your rabbits. That's awesome. Let's say you decide to you have a lawnmower, electric lawnmower, right? And now you are mowing the lawn and you have a big lawn bag full of grass clippings. Perfect. Now you don't have to buy food anymore. So now you're learning how to feed your animals sustainably just off of, your locality where you live. Perfect, right? So your garden is amazing this summer, springtime. You're selling rabbit droppings to people, so that's a small source of income coming in. And now you got them completely off grid from the system. And let's say you're comfortable now, but you don't feel like you can eat them yet. That's fine. Maybe you think about breeding. Not both of them. Maybe you just breed one rabbit at a time, because you notice on your local Craigslist ads that people are selling rabbits and they're selling them like me for $50 a piece. Maybe you want to capitalize on that. Let's say you're like, I'm going to undercut that guy. I'm going to sell each rabbit for $30 a piece. Perfect. You have a litter of 10 and you sell them for $30 a piece. You're looking at, almost a $300, if you can sell all of them for that price, a $300 paycheck. That costs you no money to grow. And that's not including the money that you got from your rabbit droppings. I wonder how much precious metals you could buy with that. I wonder how many pounds of chicken you can buy at the grocery store with 300 pounds from a source of income that costs you nothing to feed, costs you nothing to maintain and take care of. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty interesting dichotomy, right? So let's say you have that going for you, right? And you sell the rabbits and you're making a little bit of money. Well, great. Now you have at least 2 income streams coming in from these rabbits. Let's say that you get some rabbits and you can't sell them all. Well, now what are you going to do? You've had time to mature, you've had time to grow, but you're not ready to eat. You're not ready to eat them yet. That's fine. Don't. Do you have dogs, cats? Are you dependent on the pet store or feed store for your dog food, cat food? Maybe you can't eat them, but are you adverse to taking these rabbits that you can't sell and feeding them to your dog or cat, a high quality protein source, reducing that feed cost? Think about it. You have 2 sources of income coming in. One from selling the droppings, one from selling live rabbits, and now you are able to reduce feed costs and money associated with raising your cats and dogs. Something to think about. Because I get it, you may be food averse to eating them, but that doesn't mean that they have to be, right? Here's another thing to think about too. In my area, there is a mobile rabbit culling company. And basically, whatever rabbits I can't sell, if I don't want to dispatch them or eat them or use them myself, I can call this guy. He will come out with a mobile van or mobile truck and pick up my rabbits for a little, like $1.79 a pound, live weight. So for $1.79 a pound, I could give them to this mobile butcher, so to speak, and I can make a little bit of profit off that. In fact, if you were to take 10 rabbits, right, at we'll just say 8 to 10 weeks at 5 pounds each live weight. Think about that. That's 50 pounds. 50 times $1.79. You can do the math on that. That'll way cover any infrastructure costs, even if you did a complete startup. Just selling them to a mobile butcher would immediately turn a profit for you. So think about it. Even if you're selling them on the low end, guys, say you are selling them on the low end. Think about it. You have a mobile butcher that's willing to give you $1.79 a pound live weight. You have 10 rabbits at 5 pounds, that's 50 pounds. Even on the lowest end that you could sell them for without having to dispatch them or do anything like that or sell them on Craigslist, you are still turning a profit. And if you follow the steps I told you and you have got them to where you're sustainably feeding them without going to the grocery store, you're making a pure profit. So if you can make that much money per rabbit, per litter, and they can literally breed every 28 days, I'm not saying to breed them that hard, but you can, I'd say that's a pretty good investment. I say you could take that money and you invest in other preps. You can invest in precious metals. You can do a lot with that. But let's just take worst case scenario. Shit has just hit the fan. Grocery stores are completely locked down. There's no grocery stores, no transportation of goods. It is just, you are slammed shut. Well, I know you're adverse to eating your pets, but now you have a certifiable food source that's available to you and your family. And since you took the measures and steps I've already aforementioned, you can breed them successfully without depending on the grid at all. So these are things to think about. This is why I think rabbits are awesome. And I use rabbits just because I think they're the most efficient, sustainable animal out there. And many countries have used rabbits for this purpose, for, worst case scenarios. So I think that they're great for that. But also because most people are not averse to having pet rabbits, right? I've never met an HOA or seen an HOA or a housing, authority that said you can't have pet rabbits. They maybe exist. I just haven't seen them. I've never seen those written in CC&Rs or anything like that says, hey, you just bought this, multiple $100,000 home and you can't have a pet rabbit. I mean, if you can have pet dogs and cats, most likely you can have pet rabbits. So that's one reason. But you can have chickens, quail, whatever. I just, I'm using the rabbits because I think they're the most efficient source of, I think they're the most efficient when it comes to growing them out. I think they're most sustainable. And right now, they're a commodity. People are paying top dollar for good quality rabbits. So I hope that this was a good mental exercise for you guys. That's why we love rabbits here on the homestead. Like I said, if push comes to shove and the worst event happens, it's nice having 10 female does that can produce that. 10 female does producing 10, kits a litter. You do the math there at 5 pounds every 30 days. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling knowing that I have that kind of food security. And you can have that kind of food security too. You can have an investment that produces money for you nonstop. Like I said, even if you take it from the lowest common denominator and you don't want to work and you don't want to pay for advertising and you don't want to do any of that, you just want to sell your rabbits at literally $1.79 a pound live weight to a mobile butcher, you're still going to make your money. You are still going to make a profit. So follow the steps. Rabbits are a great investment item. Pets are a great investment item. And I encourage you guys to look at your options. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. If you think I got something completely wrong while you're leaving me a thumbs down, leave me a message in the comment section below. And as always, guys, long live the Republic.